Today is the day that we will be discussing different stages of behavior with physical activity and exercises. I'm so excited to share this with you, just like the beautiful background. The source that I will be referencing is going to be ACSM, Behavioral Aspects of Physical Activity and Exercise by Claudio or Nigg or Nigg. I'm not sure how to properly pronounce it, so please excuse. What is behavior? In the book, it's described a little bit as something that is observable, measurable, or operationally defined. Second, it is going to be difficult to make these changes that I will be describing. It will be helpful and useful to understand the term self-efficacy as well as positive influence, states, and emotional moods. Just a few things to help you with making those changes and reminding you about what to work towards. One of those changes. So the book recommends that to make the changes, you need to gather some information, get the support that you need, find yourself in a healthy self-image. You're also going to have to make some substitutions in your life, as well as make an emotional movement for yourself. Those are great places to start. That is going to help you with your journey in self-efficacy, moving on for yourself with fitness, as long as there's going to be obstacles along the way that is out of our control. And that's just a part of life, which is absolutely normal. In order to overcome those obstacles, you need to really narrow down in your mind and mentality and really understand where your state of mind is at in order to progress somehow, some way. I'm here to help you identify the different stages of change in physical activity and exercises according to the referred book. Pre-contemplation is the step before even thinking about getting up and being active, okay? This stage literally doesn't seem to have a time frame, and it is as long as you mentally make it, and physically as well. Ultimately. The stage where a person says, don't want to do it, I can't do it, when in reality, they can. There's a difference from a person who is physically incapable of doing something, and there's a person who mentally is incapable of doing something. For example, I'm a trainer, and if I asked you to do one push-up and you were able to do it successfully, that's a positive physiological state. If I asked you to do one push-up and you weren't able to do one push-up, that's a negative physiological state. I want to be able to give you positives in your journey for the stages. So that's why there are progressions and regressions to offer to people. There's also an emotional mood that does go over the mentality perspective, I would say, and that can be very, very dependent on a situation or the psychological effect of a person. So exercise efficacy is the ability to perform during a certain amount of time, and that can be either a physiological state or an emotional mood for people, where that can be either a physical issue or a mental issue, because challenges do vary from person to person. The two deciding factors of whether a person is going to actually start fitness, maintain fitness, or anything like that. Barrier efficacy. Now this one's a little bit more personal because it could be by your social circle, it can be a personal thing, as well as an environmental issue. Each of these are going to be either a physical issue, a mental issue that can be overcome. honestly, if they're more mental issues, I do recommend you do go out and seek help from an appropriate source if it is past a certain level. But if you are just needing some support or advice from a coach or a friend, it can be necessary too. Now, let's break it down to your schedule, okay? And this can be an issue for some people. It is important to create a plan. It is important to be able to put action behind that plan. So it does come down to putting it in your calendar, putting it in your phone, and actually listening to yourself. The most effective thing that helped me was actually making alarms and consistently keeping them on in a working week. I like to have weekends to myself, and that's my reward for the commitment. Getting down into health behaviors. So for these health behaviors, it's actually a belief in your capability. So I'd say this comes down to what you can actually do, and I believe in you. You can believe in yourself. I need you to believe in yourself just like I believe in you. And if someone says otherwise, if someone doesn't believe in you, then they can go believe in themselves in a different corner, and you don't need them to believe in you because you believe in you. So let's get down to the thing that I've been trying to get down to. It's the stages of change. So this is broken down to pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. I got it right! So the pre-contemplation stage is everything that I'm describing for future reference is going to mental or physical issues, okay? So with pre-contemplation, typically these are the couch potatoes people. So where are you at? I can be a couch potato. I know that this stage, it depends on the individual, their state of mind, where they're at, and there really is no duration on how long it's going to take for a person to get off the couch, to get out of bed, and be able to believe in themselves enough, believe in their capabilities, and get out of this mentality that they can't. Because you can. You can. Just take the appropriate steps. Ask your doctor how you can start. Get to gather the information as recommended. We went over all this already. You know what to do. Now just apply it. So the next step is going to be contemplation. So contemplation is the stage where people are saying, you know what? I might be able to do that. I actually think I might be able to. This generally takes about 6 months of just thinking about doing that, and that's completely fine. That take your own time, take your own pace, unless your doctor says otherwise. The next step is preparation. This is actually my favorite step because this is for those people who have the willpower to actually get it together and to actually do it. I had to switch angles so that way you could see me better. So the contemplation stage generally happens after the 6 months of the pre-contemplation stage, which means that they might do it. This is somewhat of a confidence booster in themselves, and it's a great start. This preparation stage generally comes after the pre-contemplation stage and the contemplation stage, the 6 month during the 6 month duration. And the difference between those two stages and the preparation stage is that they actually are starting to say, the individual is actually starting to say, I will do that in the near future. I will do that about a month from now. So the next stage is going to be the action stage. And with the action stage, there is the person doing this. I am going to do that. I am already doing this. I am in the gym. I did sign up for this. I am out there. I am going hiking. I am getting my friends together. And I have changed within the past 6 months. I should leave the maintenance stage. So with this stage, they have been doing stuff within the past 6 months. You've overcome that point of return. That's when maintenance comes in, and that's when it's more probable that you have developed a new goal to continue shedding weight, to continue becoming more flexible, to continue gaining muscle, whatever goal you really desire, to take that journey. So I really want to thank you for joining me and watching this video. I really do hope that it does shed some light on people and their journey with fitness. I really do. You can't imagine how important this is for people to understand, to even get up and get started. So thank you for joining me, and stay hydrated.